Hello students, today we are going to study about retail store and location. So in that we will study the types of retail locations, importance of location decision, then types of location, factors affecting location, then step involved in choosing a retail location and a selection of a shopping center. So let's begin. So what is exactly a store we call? The store is a place, real or virtual. It might be real in the sense it will be brick and mortar, virtual in the sense it will be an web oriented, app oriented, or website oriented. So, where the shoppers come to buy goods and services. So, the sales transaction occurs at this junction that is called a store. So, if you are going to Reliance Trends locally, visiting that, then it will be called as a real or a place. So if you're going purchasing anything on rgo.com, then it will be a virtual store. So the location of retail store has for a long time been considered the most important P in retailing. Okay, so locating the retail store in the right place was considered to be adequate for success. So we know, and we have already studied this, that how location impact a lot when we are selecting it. So the location matters a lot if it is in a central business district or in a market area or the people where they are moving exactly. So it depends on the type of retail store, and that according to that the location has to be decided. So location becomes a critical decision for retailer for several reasons. So my first one, location is generally one of the most important factors customers consider while choosing a store. You might have seen so many retail stores have failed in your city due to that there is no parking slot available, or there is very far from the place, or whether accessibility is less. So these things happen when it comes to location. A bad location may cause a retail to fail even if its strategic mix is excellent, because location always matters a lot in retail. Then comes all your strategies. On other hand, a good location may help a retailer succeed even if its strategic mix is mediocre. So that what how the actually the success of any retail store happen because of its only location. So store location is least flexible element of retail's strategic mix due to its fixed nature, the amount of investment and the length of lease agreement. 100 years, 80 years, 50 years, the type of agreement they are having. And that matters a lot when we are fixing the strategies also and making the strategies, and how much investment we are doing on our retail. Now, change in location gives three potential problems if you're shifting from one place to another place. So loss of loyal customers and employers, that will happen because of the location is changed, then that charm will go. New location may not have the same characteristic of old location, because what advantages that location has, the new one might not have. So store fixtures cannot be moved to new location because everything you have to go with the new one. So location affects the store's long run strategies, and in short run, it affects specific element of retail sales. So coming to the factors affecting location, the first important part is the size and characteristic of market. That is nothing but the population in that particular area where that retail is going to be located. Then comes the level of competition in that particular area that affect the location. Then access to transportation, it plays an important role, because if there is no access to transportation, so there will be not much moving of the consumers to the store, and footfall will decrease. Parking space availability, most important one. That's why you might have find most of the malls and big retail outlets have their huge parking space bigger than the actual retail outlet. Attributes of nearby stores, that matters a lot. Property cost, so how much we are going to value it, how much we are going to pay it. The length of the agreement, that is a lease agreement or how many year contract it is. Then population trends, what type of population is living there. Legal restriction by the government, which has to be followed. Then other factors. So now moving to the type of retail locations. So various options are available to the retailer for choosing the location of a store. So the choice of the location of the store depends on the target audience and the kind of merchandise to be sold. Okay, so that we already discussed, the location always come as the where we are going to put it, because what type of retail we are going to own, that matters a lot. A retailer has to choosing among alternative types of retail location available. So it may locate in an isolated place and pull the customer to the store on its own strength, such as small grocery store or a pawn shop in a colony, which attracts the customer saying close by. So because it is close by, that's why people are going there. If you're very far, so your brand strength, your availability, the facility you're providing, that attracts the customer to the location. Now, typically a store location maybe first is a freestanding or isolated store, that is first type. Then part of business district, that is we call it as centers, okay, or unplanned business district. Then part of a shopping center, that is planned shopping centers. So coming to the first one, that is freestanding or isolated store. Here, there are no other outlets in the vicinity of the store, and therefore store depends on its own pulling power and promotion to attract the customers. That is what freestanding or isolated store. So the big advantage of this is freestanding store is that there is no competition around them because they have situated their store at outskirts or outside the city, and where there is no competition available. This type of location has several advantages, including no competition. That is the first one. Low rent because it is outside the city, not the central business district. Then lower, often better visibility from the road because there will be no much construction have happened. So easy access. Then easy parking and lower property cost because of its location. So neighborhood stores, colony shops or small locality. Then highway stores, Ebony store in Ludhiana, that is an example for it. You might see this type of highway stores in the, when you're traveling from Bangalore to Mysore, okay? Even from Pune to Mumbai, you can find such type of stores also. So how far the customers is willing to travel? 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer, 5 kilometer. It totally depends on how they want to go from the location, okay? Because that totally depends on the customer type and where that actually location is situated and type of grocery and type of planning of their purchases. So here, business associated location. So these are the location where group of retail outlet offering a variety of merchandise work together to attract customers to their retail, but also compete against each other for the same customer. Two types include, one is the part of business district, that is unplanned business district, then part of shopping center, that is planned shopping centers. So there will be an association. You can find this type of thing in the big malls or big areas like Bangalore and all. So here you will find the similar. They will attract them. Then they have to compete from each other. So first in part of the business district and unplanned business district. And this type of retail store can also be located as a part of business district, or we can refer this as unplanned business centers. So a business district is place of commerce in a city which developed historically as a center of trade and commerce in the city or town. Okay, so a business district can be a central, secondary, or neighborhood business district. And a CBD, that is central business district, is the main center of commerce and trade in the city. That is high land rates, intense and development. You can find this where exactly at the center of the city. And there will be small CBDs also in the cities when the city is expanding very huge. But city is very smaller in size, you will find only one CBD that side. But near to the CBD, always the cost of the land will be very high because intense, always public movement will be high and development will take care very fast. Now, ACBD is the hub of retailing activity in a city. So that is CBD, actually, Central Business District. So served a different section of population. For examples, Connaught Place in Delhi or Kolaba in Mumbai, Commercial Street and in Bangalore, Arab Market, CBDs. So at least Kolaba you might have seen because it's near to the Mumbai, and Commercial Street. The hope most of you have visited there in Bangalore. That is a very famous for this CBD. So CBD is serving the upper and upper middle class customers across these cities like Chandni Chowk in Delhi, then Kalba Devi, Bhubaneswar in Mumbai, then Chickpet in Bangalore. At least I expect you have seen Chickpet because that is again upper and upper middle class targeting CBDs. And then come the secondary business district are composed of unplanned cluster of store often located on a major intersection of city. They customer from large part of the city. So you can find this, you can see an example of that. Then come the part of a shopping center. So that is planned shopping centers. So a shopping center has been defined as a group of retail and other commercial establishments that is planned, developed, owned and managed as a single property. So if we go to Pune Magarpatta, so there you can find this of a very nicely planned mall, and there will be a city you will find totally everything is planned there. What mall should come, where what should come, what multiplex should come. So everything is planned very nicely in that Magarpatta area if you visit the Pune. So there is the basic configuration shopping center is a mall or a strip center. In Bijapur, if you see locally that Patil Planet is coming up with the same, but need to again go very high. It's very smaller one. And next, small is typically enclosed and climate controlled. A walkway is provided in front of the stores. Then comes the strip center is a row of stores with parking provided in the front of the stores. So you might find this where exactly the uh, master plan has worked. So in that area, you will find this planned shopping centers. You will find a shopping particular parking facility available over that side. If you go nearby the Kempegoda Majestic area of Bangalore, you will find this such a step of all different mall types. All examples you will find over that side. Now in India, we can plan shopping center can categorize into two categories. The first one is a regional shopping center mall, and then is neighborhood community or shopping centers. So in regional shopping centers or mall are the largest planned shopping centers. Okay, so often they are anchored by two or more major department store, have enclosed mall, serve a large trading area, and have high rent. So you can say Ansel Plaza, Spencer's Plaza, Crossroad, DLF City in Gurgaon. So these are the one of the big example of regional shopping centers. Now coming to the neighborhood or community or shopping centers. So these are usually have a balanced mix of stores, including free grocery stores in that also. And you will find a chemist there, a variety store, and a few other stores selling convenience goods to the resident of the neighborhood. So this one you can easily find out in a small buildings in Bijapur also. This is a mall type of example. This is a look you might have seen this all. This is all about details of all those malls, how much area they have covered. Then comes the selection of shopping center or market. Okay, so shopping centers are distinctly different from the other two major locations. Okay, that is the downtown and local business strips. So the shopping center building is pre-planned as a merchandising unit for interplay among tenants. So its site is deliberately selected by the developer for easy access to pull customers from a trade area. So it has on-site parking as a common feature of the layout. The amount of parking space is directly related to the retail area because the footfall of the customers should be heavily increased. So when the peak come like weekends and all, so parking facility should be available in a huge number, huge area to make sure the customer will come inside to the retail store, different thing, which is planned. And customers like the shopping center's convenience. So they drive in, park and walk to their destination to relative safety and speed. Some shopping center also provide weather protection and most provide an atmosphere created for shopping comfort. And for the customer, the shopping center has great appeal because the attraction towards the retail store or anything, the shopping center matters a lot. How to when to visit, because weekends everyone want to spend the time because there should be a mall, there should be all type of clothing merchandise should be available, retail should be available, so they can plan in one area and within that shopping center they can come up with all their fulfilling needs. What are your chances? So developers and owners of shopping centers look for successful retailers. They want to go for the brands because if one, two, three, four brand comes inside the shopping centers, so it will attract huge customers and other will run with it. Then the developer selects other type of stores that will complement each other. So to finance a center, the developer needs major leases from companies with strong credit ratings. Because when it comes to the finance, that obviously it comes regarding the investment. So they should have a strong rating to get the investment. So your problem is to convince the developer that the new store has a reasonable chance of success and will help the tenant mix. Then what shopping center can offer? Neighborhood shopping center that might be 3 to 10 acres minimum, and the trading population 25,000 to 40,000. And for community shopping centers, it will be from 10 to 30 acres, and minimum trading population should be 40,000 to 1,50,000. And when it comes to regional shopping center, that has required a huge space, that is 30 to 50 acres. Minimum trading population is from 1,50,000 and more than 1,50,000. So these are the area requirement for the particular shopping centers. And now come to the selecting a shopping centers. So first you should look for trade area and its growth, that particular where you are going to start. General income level of the trade area, because where you are locating your shopping center, the population of that particular area, their income level, the social status, that matters a lot. Number of households staying there, demographic of trade area, okay, the age, people, type of people living there, market analysis of particular area, then location of store in the center, that matters a lot, that we have already seen. Then come the space available, then the rent and lease option available, because lease always will come for 100 year, 80 years and 70 years. When it comes to rent, it will be monthly basis. Then comes the fittings, then other services by developers. So these are the example. You can see that how it should be located, and one of the example that has been decided here, planned one. Then comes the type of shopping centers, that is neighborhood shopping centers, community shopping centers, regional shopping centers, which is enclosed with the malls, then specialty theme shopping centers. So you can see the example of regional shopping center over here with this park. You can find a park over there. Then it is related, connected to the road transportation available, and you can find even the different households staying over there. So these are all important. So you can see the phase 1 building, phase 2 building, and phase 3 buildings also. Now coming to the secondary business center, and this is the typical example for it, how it should be located. Then comes this one, that now factor to be considered in selecting a shopping center, most important point, that is traffic count. How much traffic movement is available to that particular area, so that if the traffic is huge, then footfall will increase, then earning will also increase. And what type of traffic, that also matters a lot, because ability to purchase and purchasing power matters a lot when it is situated. Then comes the pedestrian traffic count. In making a pedestrian count, you must decide who is to be counted, where the count should take place, and when the count should be made. In considering who is to be counted, determine what types of people should be included. What happens is, when it comes to the conversion rate of the customer, so many, for example, one person want to buy, and there will footfall will be some 3-4 people coming with him. So conversion rate out of 5 will be only one, that is 20%. So whom to include and whom not to include, that is a big question. Next is estimate of store sales. So data from pedestrian traffic survey can give you information on whether or not the site would generate a profitable volume for your store or not. Then automobile traffic count. So growing number of retail firms depend on drive-in traffic for their sales. So both the quantity and quality of automotive traffic can be analyzed in the same way as the pedestrian traffic. So these are the ways. Now coming to the freestanding and isolated location, advantages of this is no competition, low cost, it is flexible in nature, no group rules, large space available, location by choice, wherever you want you can go to. And better road and visibility, customization, easy parking facility available. Coming to the disadvantage, initially difficult to in attracting customers because you are very so far, no movement of population over there. Most people like variety in shopping. You can't come up with a specific thing. Travel time, if it's a huge, they will not come. Advertising cost to attract You have to advertise more because your location is very far. Operating costs are not shared. Built than renting, because in city, building is very tough. When you're planning for outside city, then you have to go for building because rent option will not available. Then unplanned and planned business centers are preferred by customers. So these are the disadvantages for particular category. Unplanned business districts advantages, that is excellent goods and service assortment available in that particular store. Variety of store types, wide range of prices available, variety of customer services will be there, and high level of pedestrian traffic, nearness to the commercial or social facilities. So this increases the huge advantage for UBD, that is unplanned business district. The disadvantage for this is inadequate parking because it is situated in the market area. Traffic congestion will be huge. Travel time for suburban customers coming from there. Aging retail facility. Then decline condition of central cities. High rent and taxes because it is in CBD. Movement of popular stores to suburbs. Then discontinuity of offering. So these are the disadvantages of unplanned business district. Coming to the planned business district, advantages are very huge. Excellent goods and service assortment for long-term plan, okay, because it is in planned manner. Strong suburban population. One-stop shopping preferred by customer because everything available in a one place. Cooperative planning and sharing of common cost by the all the retail holders there. Creation of unified distinctive shopping center image because one stop everything is available. Maximization of pedestrian traffic, access to highways and parking spaces available, more appealing than city shopping centers. Reasonable rent because it will be located in planned manner, it is planned one, excluding enclosed malls. So lower theft rate, everything is managed properly with the planned one. Then popularity of the malls, then growth of new types of malls will come across. Now disadvantage is reduced operating flexibility because it is planned one. Higher rents, okay, because all infrastructures are provided. Restriction on goods and service sold by the stores. You can't sell because that is the plan. They have tie up with them. Then competitive environment within malls. He will be huge because there will be huge sellers. Then you have to compete with them. Membership in association, which may title use. Too many malls in an area, which might create a problem for sales. Domination by large anchor stores who are very branded in nature. If you are coming with your unbranded one, so you will not get success. Now, what are the steps to be taken to selecting a location or a site selection? So we all know in order to arrive at a decision on where to locate the retail store, a retailer need to first on the region that he wants to locate the store. So first, he has to go with the identifying the market in which to locate the store. That we have discussed already. Type of retail store we are coming up, and then we have to identify the market for it. Then evaluate the demand and supply within the particular market where we are choosing. That is, determine the market potentiality. If we come up with this type of store, so what will be the customer and how many sales we can generate from there. So that study has to be, research has to be done. And then comes the identify the most attractive sites in that particular area. Then select the best site available over there. Then you can come up with different what do you call your own strategies to make your business famous. Now coming to the first one, that is market identification. So we know this, that is an important one. You have to attract attractiveness to the retailers. So this is important that retailer need to understand the market well. Then we saw determining the market potentiality. Okay, the population which should fall. We have to know the demographic feature and the type of household there are. What are the income of that particular area people holding? Then how much competition is there? What is the compatibility? Laws and regulation by the government or local bodies, government bodies. So it has to be evaluated. So next, trade area analysis you have to do with this, because trade area is the geographic area that generates the majority of the customer for the store. So in primary, secondary territory, we have three. In first one, primary trade area. So it covers between 50 to 80% of the store's customers. Then secondary trading area. This area contains the additional 15 to 25% of the store's customers. And tertiary trading area covers the balance customers. These trading areas are dependent on distance and do not always have to be concentric in nature. So types of trade areas, we have tertiary trading area, secondary and primary, and the retail store. And this you can see 1 mile, 2 miles, 2 miles radius, store A location, then comes the proposed store location. Okay, so this is how the designing of retail is done. This is a trade area analysis with the map. City east store, city central store, north east store, southeast store. So this type of typical thing you can find in Bangalore area, Pune, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi. So big cities have this type of areas. So next, third and fourth, that identify an alternate site and select the site. So once you have taken decision which location you are coming up with and analyze the market potential, then you have to analyze the traffic accessibility of the market is also a key factor. Then total number of stores and type of store that exist in that particular area, amenities available to buy or a lease option which you are going to, then product mix to be offered by the retailers. So then you have to go through the selection of the particular. Now let's understand the objectives of good store design. How it should be and what things to be needed there. First is implement the retail strategy. Okay, so primary object to implement the retail strategy. It's design consistent and reinforce the retailer strategy by meeting the needs of target market and building a competitive advantage. Okay, because when it comes to this strategy, that always matters a lot how you are going to design and how it is going to attract the needs and target market we are focusing on. If you look at example, Sam's price sensitive floor design and racks, metal and concrete to reinforce the brand image, flooring and shelving also affect retail's image, and glass elegance. So you might have seen this. You decide the quality of the product available in a store on these basis, the type of infrastructure that particular retail store is holding. And then comes to the influence the customer's buying behavior. That is, store design should attract customers, enable them to locate merchandise, keep them in the store for a long time. You might see this in Reliance Trends, more and all. Motivate them to make unplanned impulse purchasing and provide them with satisfied customer experience. You can experience this in DMart or even Big Bazaar. Buying behavior influences store design, rise in nuclear families, limited time. So if you look at Procter & Gamble, first moment of truth, first 3 to 7 seconds, customer notice an item on the store shelf. So in market research, customer do not walk down one aisle and up the next. So park at the end of the aisle, walk part away and to pick the product and return to the car. So hence puts its best selling brands in the middle of the aisle. So always we have experienced this. If you go to the retail, you also can experience this and you can share with us. Provide flexibility. So dynamic business, what may work today may not be applicable tomorrow. That's why you find frequently changing of the merchandising structure or designing of the retails. Need to change merchandise mix, need to change layout, attempt to design store with max visibility because that attracts something new to the customers. So two forms, ability to physical move and store the components. So and the ease with which components can be modified. For example, bookstore that can be easily modified. Control design and maintains cost. So this is again important one. So cost of implementing the store design and maintain the store appearance. So free from design can encourage the customer to explore and increase sales. More lighting, expensive jewelry and the other merchandise require very more lighting. Good lighting can make the merchandise look better and increases the sale. You might have seen this especially in clothes sale, cloth merchant. Store design affect labor cost. Traditional department store with the different departments, comfortable shopping, but require one person constantly to provide the services. So you can find this in local store also. There will be one person holding that particular area in the retail. Then is the meet legal requirements. So the store design should fully comply with the standards set by the civic authorities. That is the like all the thing like what happens to the fire breakout, how you're going to manage it, exit and inside, then the movement, then everything matters a lot. Parking area, the designing structure, every permission has to be